The Nightbeat starts right now.
A smash and grab, and the suspects caught on camera while a local flower shop says that even though they didn't take much, they're still hurting.
Music was her life. She's a beloved teacher in the San Antonio community. Tonight, we say goodbye to Belle Ortiz and take a look at her impact on mariachi music education.
Renters beware. There's a new scam going around. It targets those who are looking for a place to live. But first,
we begin tonight with a developing story. We are still waiting for an update on the search for a man who fell into the San Antonio River.
So this happened just a few hours ago. We want to show you the scene on River Road, which is on the south side. Police are telling us that a father and son were fishing on the river when the dad slipped on mud and fell into the water. His son tried to get him out of that river, but couldn't.
The dive team from the New Braunfels Fire Department called in to help the search. The San Antonio Fire and Police Department's also part of it. We'll have updates on this story as they become available. In court today, testimony about a gang rivalry that ended in a deadly drive-by shooting in 2017. The person shot, not a gang member, a 4-year-old boy who was killed. Former gang member Charles Bethany took the stand in the sentencing hearing for Terrell Chase. In May, Chase found guilty of a felon in possession of a firearm, but he and several others are charged with the murder of 4-year-old Irvion Whitley. Chase facing a maximum of 10 years for the felon in possession of a firearm charge. The sentencing hearing is expected to wrap up tomorrow. As for the murder charge, Chase and other co-defendants have yet to stand trial in that case.
In other news, he was attacked during a carjacking back in February, and now months later, that 80-year-old victim has died from his injuries. His name is Larry Brister. Police say that he was attacked at the intersection of Walker Ranch and Stonewood Drive near Bitters Road. Brister's family told us that he had multiple injuries, including broken ribs, a collapsed lung. Police arrested 3 boys, ages 15 to 16, in connection to the attack. They've been charged with aggravated robbery, but now they could actually get more charges.
We're learning more about the 30-year-old Adrian San Martin. He's the man who was wielding a gun when he was shot by San Antonio police officers. San Martin later died from his injuries. Police say he ran from officers that tried to arrest him outside of a hotel on I-35 on Sunday. Chief William McManus says he took off towards a police vehicle with a gun in his hand. That's when the officer in that vehicle got out and shot him. Life-saving measures were performed until EMS arrived to take him to the hospital. That's where he later was pronounced dead. The officer that shot and killed San Martin is Joseph Warren. He's been with SAPD for 6 years, is on administrative leave while the department continues to investigate. Officer Warren has been in hot water with SAPD before. KSAT obtained records showing Warren was suspended back in October of 2020 for allegedly texting off-duty photos of himself to a woman he arrested in a traffic stop just 2 days before. You can read more about it right now on KSAT.com.
And while you're there, we also want you to read this story. It's like something out of a crime novel. A New Braunfels man was arrested and is facing charges for allegedly trying to hire a hitman to kill a Comal County sheriff's deputy. That deputy is the suspect's former father-in-law. Yeah, you can read all about it right now on our website, KSAT.com.
Not another record-breaking day here in San Antonio. Close. We had a high temperature this afternoon, officially at 104, and that's 1 degree shy of the record for the day today. More record-challenging heat tomorrow, but we are expecting a little shift in our pattern, which reintroduces some rain chances, but triple digits will continue to be the rule. We'll talk about that slight chance of rain and when it's coming in just a bit.
Adam, thank you. Now to the latest on the impeachment trial of Attorney General Ken Paxton. Today, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick banned all the people involved in that trial from speaking about it publicly. He issued a gag order. It affects all members of the court, House members, witnesses, and attorneys who were involved in that case. Patrick is going to act as the judge in the trial, and the 31 senators are going to act as the jury. If 20 senators vote to uphold any of the articles of impeachment, Paxton would automatically get removed from office. By the way, that trial should begin on September 5th.
San Antonio native has his eyes on Washington, D.C. and the White House. Former U.S. Representative Will Hurd announced his 2024 presidential run last month. The Republican actually joined us in studio tonight for our KSAT Q&A at 6 o'clock to talk about his plans and why he decided to run.
For me, I've been fortunate to have some amazing experiences, and this is my responsibility to give back to my country, because I want to ensure that we give a country to our kids that's better than the one that we got.
Marshall High School graduated from Texas A&M before joining the CIA and then in Congress. You can watch Hurd's full interview right now at KSAT.com. He's also scheduled to appear this week on The View. That airs Wednesday morning at 11, right here on KSAT 12.
The tributes continue for Belle Ortiz. Her gift for teaching music has made a generational impact. Ortiz died at the age of 90, surrounded by family, love, and of course, music.
Of course, tonight her children tell the Night Team's Patty Santos why her work will continue from beyond the grave.
This was Belle Ortiz just a few months ago, gracing the world with her gift, music.
We've just been in awe so often, and just being so happy to be a part of this amazing, beautiful, exciting life of hers.
Her children fondly say they grew up around a superstar and they knew it.
She was a radical pioneer in making sure that children here in Texas and all over the country were proud of their Latino heritage.
Ortiz is a San Antonio icon, honored for her contribution as an educator and musician. In the 70s, she helped trailblaze mariachi music education in San Antonio ISD. For decades, her children says she used her talents to bridge cultures while making many friends along the way. Last week, musicians serenaded her on her final days. Tonight at Mi Tierra, an altar is set up in her honor.
She did collaborations with Julio Iglesias and Willie Nelson and Little Joe, and to have all of those folks say she was such a special person.
Her family says tributes like this one here at Mi Tierra and others that have come in from across the nation really bring home to them just how important she was. They say her funeral is going to be like no other.
It'll be a celebration of a life well lived.
By sharing her gift and then mentoring others will last generation after generation.
Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
I love the impact that she's had on children here in San Antonio. I mean, there are a lot of people who are grateful to her for all the amazing work that she did.
Yeah, and then the impact her children have had on our community as well. So
I love that. In other news now, the San Antonio Food Bank needs donors and volunteers because it's feeding thousands of extra kids this summer.
Yeah, right now the bank says their volunteers are packing thousands of meals a day for those in need, and kids are the group they say need the help the most. Members with the food bank say 1 in 4 children in Southwest Texas are facing food insecurity. The need for food and those kids increases when they're not in school.
So here's the thing. The food bank is about halfway to their goal of making 20 million total meals this summer. But again, needs your help. You can visit safoodbank.org. Right there, you see the link at the bottom of your screen. Visit that link for more information. Now, on Thursday, KSAT community partners are coming together for Project Mend. KSAT is going to host a phone bank to collect donations to buy more wheelchairs, which, by the way, is the most needed piece of medical equipment.
The phone bank is going to be from noon until 2 p.m. and from 5 until 10:30. For more information, check out ksatcommunity.com. All right, for most of the summer, Victor Wembanyama has been the talk of the town ever since the Spurs drafted him first overall in this year's NBA draft.
Yeah, Wemby fever hasn't died down, but that led actually to fans talking more about more than just the 7-foot generational player, and that's whether or not a new downtown home could actually be coming for the Silver and Black.
Yeah, we wanted to see what you thought. Earlier today on KSAT.com, we asked you, would you support a new arena downtown? The poll ended less than an hour ago. The results overwhelmingly show yes. 1,015 people answered yes. 408 of you answered no.
Yeah, you could read more about the team's potential move to downtown right now on KSAT.com.
Scammers starting to attack you at home. How con artists are taking advantage of self-guided house tours to steal your money.
Tonight, a look at a rental scam from the inside. Con artists are preying on people who are looking for a place that they can afford. So they're using fake real estate listings and they're exploiting the convenience of self-guided tours. So how do we know? Well, 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz went house hunting.
Vicki King knew moving would be a hassle. It was worse. Turned out the house her family started moving into was never even for rent.
My heart just sunk.
They'd found the rental on Craigslist and called to see it.
And the guy said, call me when you get there, so we did. And he talked us through opening it.
They could do a self-tour using the owner's lockbox.
And you just say, I want to take a tour now. Yes, unlock the door, and it click.
Electronic lockboxes. Many real estate services use them as a convenience for tenants. But scammers are taking advantage, creating an illusion. So how does something like this happen? We searched for rentals that seemed too good, then Googled the address. This says rent is $12.50. Sweet. But our search turned up another listing. It's actually for sale.
I don't understand why you're renting a house that's for sale. He hung up on me.
Within minutes, we found dozens of hijacked listings. This house truly was for rent for $19.45 a month, but on Craigslist, it's just $1,000. So I texted the number. The man said he was the owner and I could see it at the property.
Hello?
He called and instructed me to make an account on Rently, a legit service that provides lockboxes for self-tours.
Click on tour now.
Rently did require my ID, facial recognition selfies, a credit card, and my phone's location. There was even a scam warning advising me rent is $19.45. But he'd previously told me there was a rent-to-own option for that amount.
Click on the box.
Once I got the code.
It's making noise. Oh, okay. We have a key.
It didn't take long, and he wanted money.
You pay the security deposit, you pay the rent, so you can move in as soon as possible. As you can see right now, the property is vacant and ready for it up moving, and you have the keys in your hand.
We didn't pay. Unfortunately, Vicki and many others have. When I texted the so-called landlord that his listing was fraudulent, he responded, "That's not true. Don't get scammed." Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Okay, so we contacted the real property manager. Renters Warehouse told them about the fake listing, and the company said it, quote, condemns any kind of fraudulent activity and actively mitigates rental listing frauds to protect its customers. Now, we also emailed Rently. It tells us that it has, quote, heavily invested in software and people to reduce security incidents, and it's reminding renters to be vigilant. Neither company, by the way, is implicated in any wrongdoing or rental fraud.
A small business is trying to keep its doors open, now dealing with a smash and grab. The owner of a Riverwalk floral design says the suspects didn't get away with much. But as the Night Team's John Paul Barajas explains, the break-in is still a big hit to the business's bottom line.
For Kevin Fancher, his flower shop is where he finds peace and serenity. But he says that changed last Friday when someone broke in.
Came in and saw that there's a hole in the back window, and the front door was open and broken. They just basically smashed it in, and so that kind of sucked. Yeah, and we're a little bit less comfortable in here now too. That sucks. You know, this used to be a safe space for us.
San Antonio police have not identified the suspects who broke into Riverwalk floral design, but Fancher security cameras caught this couple in and around the shop. Video shows this woman inside no more than 2 minutes, but she didn't leave empty-handed.
They didn't care that, at all how it would affect us. They did about $500 worth of damage to the doors to steal $80 from the register. So it's just senseless.
The nearly $600 loss comes at a time when the 25-year-old flower shop is facing a bigger problem: steady business.
It was 4 in the morning. I used to come in and knock out the day's orders when there's no distractions, but we didn't have any orders for that day, so I wasn't here, which kind of was a shame.
Fancher says his shop usually gets 4 to 5 orders a day, but it needs about 10 per day to turn a profit.
Yeah, we haven't bounced back from the pandemic yet.
He's optimistic that business will pick up.
Getting by on whatever comes our way.
And the suspects will be caught. John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Well, we hope that there is a resolution.
Yeah, Riverwalk Floral Design.
Yes.
The name of that company.
Yeah, next time you want to buy flowers, that's where you go.
That's an idea. All right, so it's 10:18 out there. It's 93 degrees.
Ooh.
And I guess we can say there's a silver lining to today?
Oh, there totally is. We didn't break a record today.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
We did the previous couple of days.
But you have been keeping track.
Yes, and we have got our 100-degree day counter, which we're still going to keep adding to. But there's a little shift in our weather pattern coming. It's something I talked about Friday, and we even talked about over the weekend, that could signify a glimmer of hope for at least a few showers. Let's get right to it. First of all, 100-degree day counter so far this year, 22 year to date. By this time last year, we had 38, to put it into perspective and to give you a comparison. High temperatures today, you see those red areas and even pink across the southern U.S. and the desert Southwest. That's the hottest air. Phoenix 116, San Angelo 106, El Paso 109, Las Vegas 114. Now, we've actually been breaking record high temperatures the past couple of days in parts of the desert Southwest. But I do want to point out, there is some cooler air out there. Look at Bismarck, North Dakota, a high temperature of 76. Omaha, Nebraska, 78. Minneapolis, 74. Those highs are about 10 degrees below average. There's this little dip in the upper level flow, this trough, that upper level low that's pulling some cooler air southward. So you can escape the heat and actually have temperatures below average in the upper Midwest and parts of the Great Lakes. But we're still dealing with the heat high, as we often do this time of year. It's going to stretch out a little bit as we get into the midweek. Then by the weekend, it starts to set up over the western U.S. and it's centered over there. It's anchored over Utah. That's important because around the edges of the high, you can still get in on some shower activity. It opens the door for some disturbances, and I do think there could be a little bit of rain-making energy combined with some instability around here to give us a glimmer of hope, at least a little bit of rain possible. Nothing to get excited about, but we're talking a 10% chance Saturday. By Sunday, up to a 20% chance, and then back down to 10% on Monday. I know it's not much, but it's better than nothing, and we'll keep you updated on it. I want to talk about the heat index and why I don't think it's as big of a deal now as it was weeks past. Remember all the rain we got over the spring? That translated to very high humidity throughout June and even basically the first week of July. That led to the heat index values over 110. Look at the maximum heat index today in San Antonio, 102. That's actually a few degrees lower than our actual air temperature that we measured. Because here's what's happening now that the sun has baked us for so many weeks and dried us out. Earlier today, we had the same trend, and tomorrow it's going to be the same. In the morning, very humid, dew points in the 70s. By the afternoon, the drier air mixes down, and it's not replaced by the humidity from the ground. So dew points in the upper 50s by the afternoon, which completely eliminates the heat index value. So heat indices aren't going to be as oppressive going forward. 104 tomorrow afternoon, that's what it's going to feel like. Start the day at 78, 93 at noon, 104 the high temperature, which would tie the record for the day, by the way. Bernie and Bulverde, 102, Los Maples, 103, Floresville, and Pleasanton, along with Poteet at 105. A lot of sunshine. Then we get into the weekend, a little variety to the sky. Some patchy, puffy cumulus clouds. And again, some of those may even drop a few showers here and there, which in July, if you ask me, is a win no matter what.
Anything's a bonus.
And look, just barely 100 by Monday.
All right.
Thanks, I can't believe that's a break. Oh, all right. So let's talk about Jeff Traylor. So no doubt a strong coach, but you know, there are a lot of things that he doesn't have control over, and that's keeping his talent.
Exactly. Transfer portal, I mean, kids are leaving because maybe they're unhappy with playing time or they're going because they can get more money at another school. Jeff Traylor today talking at the Texas High School Coaches Association talked about the transfer portal and revealed what he does to keep his players. And I'm telling you what, you do not want to mess with this guy. Plus, we now know where Dak took his wideouts to bond and work out. Coming up. UTSA head football coach Jeff Traylor held his media session today at the Texas High School Coaches Association coaching school and convention being held in Houston, the 91st edition of this awesome event. During his 20 minutes at the mic, Coach talked about several topics, including name, image, and likeness and the transfer portal. Thanks in large part to the Roadrunners' success during Traylor's tenure, he's lost some assistant coaches to other programs, and he's also had some players leave because schools in Power 5 conferences can offer more money when it comes to those NIL deals. Today, Today, he explained how he's been mostly successful in keeping some of his players from leaving.
So I've just decided I'm not going to just roll over and let them just have my kids. I'm going to call them on the phone, say, hey, Sam, my kid came in here and screenshotted you hitting him up. He's on my roster right now. What are you doing, Sam? And usually Sam's going to say back, your kid came and told you? And I'm like, yeah, I've got the screenshot, Sam, right here. And that squashed 7 of the 8. You know, the one, he did what he had to do. And I'm still close to that one, too. I love the kid. I think he'll hit me back in 6 months and say, you know what, I miss you, Coach. I might have made a bad decision. I hope not. But we'll see.
The one that got away was wide receiver Zachary Franklin, who transferred to Ole Miss. Last season, Franklin had 94 catches for 1,136 yards and 15 touchdowns. In the Conference USA Championship game against North Texas back in December, Z had 10 receptions for 144 yards and 3 touchdowns in the Roadrunners' 48-27 victory. Texas head football coach Steve Sarkisian talked yesterday at the coaching convention. Entering his 3rd season at UT, he appreciates the Texas High School Coaches Association and enjoys this convention.
So the opportunity for us to be here and to support them and what they do and how they do and why they do what they do, that's why I'm here, because they're so impactful for what we do. You know, the Texas High School Coaches Association, what they do, inevitably we get players on our roster that are more ready to play, contribute to success. In reality, we forge great relationships with them. So that's why we're here.
The 119th Texas-Oklahoma football game will return to a familiar name with a new sponsor this year called the All-State Red River Rivalry.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
Time is running out for Dallas Cowboys and running back Tony Pollard, who's not expected to reach a long-term contract agreement before Monday's deadline for franchise players to agree to long-term deals per ESPN. Pollard signed his tender worth $10.09 million for the coming season, and he attended the boys' off-season program. Pollard is coming back from surgery to repair an ankle injury he suffered during the Cowboys' playoff loss to the Niners in January. He said he expects to be ready by training camp, which starts next week. He will take over as the lead running back this season after the boys release Zeke. And Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott took his wide receivers and tight ends to Atlanta to work out and bond. Tight end Sean McKeon posted this pic of the group. CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, Simi Fehoko, and Jalen Tolbert were among those on hand. 6-packs not required, but certainly they are encouraged. The Spurs wrapped up Summer League with a win, and Sir Jabari Rice looked good again after the break. The San Antonio Spurs started Summer League with a win in Cali, then wrapped up Summer League play in Las Vegas yesterday, beating the Thunder 98-94. Dom Barlow, Malachi Branham, and Blake Wesley and Julian Champagny didn't play. Eric Stevenson led San Antonio with 23 points, sinking a team-high 4 3-pointers. Second-round draft pick Sidi Sissoko at 10 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. And Sir Jabari Rice, playing in his second Summer League game, had 13 points and a game-high 4 steals in 18 minutes. The Spurs finished Las Vegas play with 3 wins and 2 losses. It is time to sign up for the Walk, Run, Have Fun, Bryce Strong 5K on Saturday, July 29th to raise money and awareness and make a difference in the lives of children and families affected by adolescent cancer. The 5K starts at 7:39 p.m. at DW Rutledge Stadium, and this year features a post-race concert with country artist Curtis Grimes. All race participants get into the concert for free, or you can buy tickets to the concert itself at eventbrite.com. And to sign up for the 5K, go to athleteguild.com.
It shows you Bryce Strong still going strong.
Yes, sir. Sure is.
All right. Thanks.
Love that. We'll be right back.
Another CPS Energy peak energy demand day, a yellow day tomorrow. Do your best to conserve between 3 and 8 p.m. Triple digits, it's the trend.
Okay, again, stay cool. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.
Good night.